Father's Day dinner comes with high expectations for a centerpiece meal, but standard home-cooked steaks often taste flat, lacking that rich, restaurant-quality depth. In this protocol, honey functions as a structural tool to build complex, savory caramelization across every component of the plate. We apply it in 3 distinct layers to build this dish. First, a compound butter for richness. Second, a glossy vegetable glaze for balance. And finally, a high-heat steak finish for a perfect crest. Here is our raw material. You will need 4 thick ribeyes, baby potatoes, asparagus, mushrooms, and your aromatics, and a heavy cast iron skillet. That skillet is non-negotiable for the thermal conduction we need later. The following 3-part sequence follows a specific order to ensure every component reaches its peak texture and flavor. Step 1 is engineering the honey herb compound butter. We do this early so it has time to chill and set. Start with 4 tablespoons of softened butter. Add 2 tablespoons of honey, a minced garlic clove, and fresh chopped parsley and rosemary. The honey's floral notes smooth out the sharp bite of the raw garlic and herbs. Mix these together thoroughly and immediately transfer the bowl into the refrigerator. Getting it cold right now is mandatory. We need this butter to melt slowly and deliberately over a hot steak at the very end, rather than instantly liquefying and running off the meat. Now we move to the vegetables. Because these ingredients cook at different rates, we have to stagger their time in the oven, starting with the densest item, a pound of halved baby potatoes. Toss the potatoes straight on the pan with a tablespoon of olive oil, salt, and pepper. Put them into a 425-degree oven to establish a 20-minute baseline roast. While the potatoes process, we have exactly enough time to construct our savory glaze. This chart shows how we balance the glaze. We start with 3 tablespoons of honey, but we immediately pull that sweetness toward umami with soy sauce and add acidity with a tablespoon of lemon juice, locking the final flavor into a deep, savory profile. At the 20-minute mark, pull the potatoes out. Add 2 cups of asparagus and 2 cups of mushrooms to the pan. Drizzle exactly half of our savory glaze over everything and put the pan back in the oven. Over the final 10 to 15 minutes of roasting, the sugars in the honey grip the surface of the vegetables. They reduce in the heat, creating a thick, glossy exterior that standard oil roasting simply cannot achieve. By staggering the entry points, we get perfect textures across the board and ensure our honey sugars don't burn during the long potato roast. With the vegetables finishing up, we prep the main protein. Season the 4 ribeyes generously with salt, black pepper, and a teaspoon of smoked paprika. Now, get your cast iron skillet smoking hot. When you lay the steaks in, always drop them away from your body, so any hot oil splashes hit the back of the stove, not you. Looking at our time to temperature graph, you want 3 to 4 minutes per side for a rare steak. Push that to 4 to 5 minutes for medium, and 5 to 6 minutes for medium well. Watch for a deep golden brown crust forming on the underside. The smoked paprika we applied earlier accelerates this process, giving the sear a darker color and a rich wood-fired flavor profile. Maintaining uncompromising high heat right now is the foundation of the steak. We must build this savory, aggressive crust first, entirely before any sugar touches the pan. Now we enter the highest risk phase of the entire process, the final glaze. Honey burns incredibly fast when exposed to direct high pan temperatures. If you apply it too early, the sugars will carbonize, turning the meat bitter. You must wait until exactly 60 seconds remain in your cooking time. At that precise 1-minute mark, brush the remaining glaze directly onto the steaks. Isolating the glaze to this narrow window gives the honey exactly enough time to create sticky caramelization, stopping right before it crosses the threshold into acrid, burnt sugar. As soon as the timer hits 0, pull the steaks off the heat source immediately to stop the cooking process and preserve your target internal temperature. While they rest, retrieve your chilled compound butter from the fridge and place a generous spoonful directly on top of each hot steak. This is where the preparation pays off. The cold butter hits the hot meat and begins a slow melt, mingling with the savory pan juices and seeping into the newly caramelized crust. Assemble the final plate by setting these glazed steaks right alongside our charred, glossy potatoes and asparagus. Serve this with some crusty bread to absorb those honey butter juices, fresh grilled corn, and a sparkling honey lemonade. Mastering these 3 specific applications of honey as a savory balancing agent, a high-heat caramelizer, and a rich fat-soluble finish replaces generic sweetness with professional culinary depth.